Hi students, welcome back to English class. We've already discussed about the first stanza of the poem Heart of Tree written by Henry Culler Bunner. And the main theme discussed in this poem is all about how the urbanization is keeping us away from nature. And here the poet is asking each and everyone to make it as a policy of planting tree and thereby to live in harmony with nature. So let's begin with the second stanza. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain. He plants the forest heritage, the harvest of a coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. These things he plants who plants a tree. So the poet is telling, what does he, or the poet is asking with the question, what does he plant who plants a tree? The poet is asking, what does he plant who plants a tree? We know that this question is not, though it's a straightforward one, it's not at all a casual one. It has got a very deep rooted or a very thoughtful reply or answer for it. What does he plant who plants a tree? So the poet is telling, he plants cool shade and tender rain. Of course, a person who is planting tree is actually providing a scope for getting shade and also tender rain. We know how the tree provides us with shade and tender rain. There is scientifically it is proven that more and more trees are capable of bringing more and more rain. So the person who plants tree is capable of providing cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. That is, the poet is asking, what does he plant who plants a tree? And the poet replies that he plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. Seed and bud of days to be. The trees of the present day is capable of providing seed and bud for the future. The tree of the present day is capable of providing seed and bud for days to be, that is for the future, and years that fade and flush again. That is for the passage of years. The present tree might fade away. Present tree might fade away, and in the place of that tree, new trees might flush again. He plants the glory of the plain. By planting tree, you are planting the glory of the plain. That is, by planting tree, we make the plain looks more glorious. Without a tree, we know that a plain will be a barren land. It is a tree which makes a plain look beautiful or glorious. So by planting tree, you are actually planting the glory. He plants the glory of the plain. He is providing a scope for making a land look more glorious. He plants the forest heritage. Not only that, by planting tree, he is planting the forest heritage. Forest heritage which is passed on to us by the previous generation. Forest is something which is passed on to our hands by the previous generation. When you plant more and more tree of fruit today, you are again adding more and more trees for the next generation. Thereby, you are building up that forest heritage. you are supporting the forest heritage. Act of planting tree is capable of building that forest heritage or creating forest for the future. The harvest of the coming age. Moreover, by planting trees, you are giving the harvest of a coming age. That is something which could be harvested for the future years. You're providing a scope for something that could be harvested for the future generation. The joy that unborn eyes shall see. These things he plants who plants a tree. The joy that unborn eyes shall see. That is, if there is a tree for future, if you are planting a tree today, it might be alive for future, and thereby it might become a joy for the unborn eyes. Unborn eyes means for yet to be born children. Yet to be born children. It will become a joy for yet to be born children. These things he plants who plants a tree. These are the benefits which a person does by planting a tree. Let's summarize it once more. He is planting cool shade. He is planting cool shade and tender rain. He gives the tree, by planting a tree, he is providing a scope for getting shade as well as tender rain. And seed and bud of days to be. By planting trees, he is providing a scope for getting seed and buds for the future generation. And years that fade and flush again. Years that fade and flush again, that is, the present trees might fade away and in its place new trees might flush again. He plants the glory of the plain. He is giving a scope for making the plain look more glorious. He plants the forest heritage. He is adding more and more trees to increase the wealth of a forest. The harvest of a coming age, so that it could be reaped in a very good manner by the future generation. The joy that unborn eyes shall see. That is, the trees for the future will definitely be a great joy for the coming generation to see. These things he plants who plants a tree. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood, in love of home and loyalty, the far cast thought of civic good, his blessings on the neighborhood, who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of all a land, a nation's growth from sea to sea, shares in his art who plants a tree. So again, the poet is beginning the stanza with the same question. What does he plant who plants a tree? The poet is giving reply. He plants in sap and leaf and wood. When he is planting tree, he is providing various products of the tree, like he is planting in sap, in leaf and wood. We can derive all these products of trees when a person is planting a tree. We can get a lot of wealth from forests in the form of sap, leaves, wood and various other forest products. A person who is planting tree is providing various wealthy forest products to us. In love of home and loyalty, and he is planting tree out of his love for his home, or out of his love and loyalty to his country or to this world. and far cast thought of civic good. And far cast thought of civic good. Far cast thought means far seen thought of civic good. That is, far seen thought of helping or the benefit that could be derived by the public. He has got a far sight about how planting tree is going to help the people in the future. His blessings on the neighborhood, who in the hollow of his hands holds all the growth of all a land. A person who is planting a tree is actually blessing his neighborhood. By planting tree, he is giving blessing to those who live in his neighborhood. Who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of all the land. Who in the hollow of his hand, that is a person who holds seeds in his hand, is actually holding all the growth of all the land. Who in the hollow of his hand, in the hollow of his hand, what did he catch? It is seed. The person who is catching seed in the hollow of his hand is actually holding all the growth of all a land. He is holding the well-being of the everyone or the entire nation by catching or by holding seed in the hollow of his hand, or by planting a tree. He is holding the growth of all our land. A nation's growth from sea to sea shares in his art who plants a tree. A nation's growth from sea to sea, that is a person who is planting tree, not only looks for the benefit of his country, but he is working for the welfare of this entire world, a nation's growth. He dreams about the growth of his nation, of nation's growth, of the growth of the universe from sea to sea. Shares in his art who plants a tree. It is there in the heart of the person who plants the tree.